Anxiety is something almost everyone has felt at some point in their life. That tight feeling in your chest, that constant overthinking that doesn't seem to stop, that strange sense that something is wrong, even when everything around you looks normal. And most people try to fight it. They try to ignore it. They try to distract themselves. They try to push through it like it's something they just need to overcome. But what if anxiety is not actually the enemy? What if it's your brain trying to protect you, but using a system that no longer fits the world you live in today? To really understand anxiety, you need to understand one fundamental truth. Your brain was not designed for comfort. It was designed for survival. Thousands of years ago, your brain had one primary goal: keep you alive. And to do that, it developed systems that were incredibly effective in dangerous environments. One of those systems is your internal threat detection system. It is always scanning your environment, asking one question over and over again: is there danger here? And the part of your brain responsible for this is called the amygdala. Think of it like an alarm system that never turns off. The moment it detects something that could be a threat, it reacts immediately. Not after thinking, not after analyzing. Immediately. It sends signals through your body that trigger a full response. Your heart starts beating faster. Your breathing becomes shallow and quick. Your muscles tighten. Your attention sharpens. Your body prepares to either fight or run. This is what we call the fight or flight response. And in real danger, it is incredibly effective. If you were being chased, this system would save your life. But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between real danger and perceived danger. A stressful message, an uncertain future, a social situation, a memory from the past, even a thought. All of these can trigger the same response. Because your brain reacts to meaning, not reality. If something feels threatening, your brain treats it as a threat, even if logically you know it's not. This is why anxiety feels so real. Because your body is reacting as if something dangerous is happening right now. Now here is where it becomes more complex. Your brain is not just reacting. It is learning. Every experience you have teaches your brain something, especially when emotions are involved. Let's imagine a simple situation. You walk into a meeting and say something that doesn't come out the way you expected. You feel embarrassed. Your brain records that moment, not just as a memory, but as something to avoid in the future. The next time you are in a similar situation, your brain remembers. It connects the present moment to that past experience, and it activates the same response, even if the situation is completely different. This is how anxiety builds patterns. It connects past discomfort with present situations, and it tries to protect you from feeling that again. But in doing so, it often overreacts. Now let's look at another example. Imagine someone named Mark. Mark starts feeling anxious before checking his email. There is no real danger, but his brain has learned that emails can bring stress, pressure, or bad news. So before he even opens his inbox, his body reacts. His heart rate increases. He feels tension. He hesitates. To reduce that feeling, he avoids checking his email. And for a moment, he feels relief. That relief is very important because it teaches his brain something. Avoiding made the feeling go away. So the next time anxiety shows up, his brain pushes him to avoid again. And the cycle continues. Anxiety leads to avoidance. Avoidance leads to relief. Relief reinforces the behavior. And over time, anxiety becomes stronger, not weaker. Because your brain never learns that the situation is actually safe. It only learns how to escape discomfort. There is another layer that makes anxiety even more powerful. Your brain is constantly trying to predict the future. It takes everything you have experienced in the past and uses it to imagine what could happen next. This is useful in dangerous environments. But in modern life, it often creates unnecessary fear. What if I fail? What if something goes wrong? What if they judge me? What if I'm not good enough? These thoughts are not real. They are possibilities. But your brain treats them as if they are happening right now. And your body reacts every single time. This is why anxiety often feels like it comes out of nowhere. But it's not coming from nowhere. It's coming from imagined futures. Your brain is trying to protect you from things that haven't happened and may never happen. There is also something called attention bias. When your brain is anxious, it starts focusing more on negative information. It scans for threats. It looks for problems. It pays more attention to what could go wrong. So even if your life has positive things happening, your brain filters them out, and it highlights the risks instead. This creates a distorted perception of reality, not because your life is worse, but because your brain is prioritizing danger over safety. Now let's talk about the body. Because anxiety is not just mental, it is physical. When anxiety is triggered, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals are designed to help you act quickly, but when they stay in your system for too long, they start to affect your brain. Your thinking becomes less clear. Your focus decreases. Your memory becomes less reliable. This is why people often describe anxiety as brain fog, a feeling where thinking feels harder than usual. Your brain is not broken. It is overloaded. Now add modern life to this. Constant notifications, endless information, social media, comparison. Your brain is exposed to more input than it was ever designed to handle, and it never fully shuts down. Even when you are resting, your brain is still processing. This leads to mental fatigue, and a tired brain is more reactive, more sensitive, more anxious. There is also something called passive fatigue. This happens when you spend long periods consuming information without taking action, scrolling, watching, absorbing, but not engaging. Your brain stays active, but not in a meaningful way, and that drains your energy. So you end the day feeling tired, but not fulfilled. And that makes anxiety worse, because your brain has less energy to regulate itself. Now let's go even deeper. Your brain also replays the past, moments where you felt embarrassed, rejected, not good enough. And every time those memories come back, your brain reacts as if they are happening again. Your body responds the same way. This is why anxiety is not just about the future. It is also about unresolved past experiences. Imagine someone named Sarah. Years ago, she had a negative experience speaking in front of a group. She felt judged, uncomfortable, exposed. Now, years later, she is asked to speak again. Logically, she knows it is a different situation, different people, different context, but her brain connects the present moment to the past experience, and it triggers the same response. Her anxiety is not about the present. It is about the past repeating itself. This is how your brain tries to protect you, but it becomes too protective. It starts seeing danger where there is none, and slowly, your world becomes smaller. You avoid more. You limit yourself more, not because you want to, but because your brain believes it is helping you. There is also something called intolerance of uncertainty. Your brain does not like not knowing. It prefers certainty, even if that certainty is negative. So when you don't have clear answers, your mind fills the gaps, usually with worst-case scenarios, because your brain would rather expect something bad than deal with uncertainty. And this creates more anxiety, because now you are reacting not only to reality, but to imagined outcomes. So what can you do? Not to eliminate anxiety completely, but to understand it and reduce its control over you. First, stop fighting it. The more you resist anxiety, the stronger it becomes, because resistance signals to your brain that something is wrong. Instead, observe it. Notice the feeling without reacting immediately. Second, reduce stimulation. Give your brain space. Moments with no input, no phone, no noise, no distractions. This allows your nervous system to reset. Third, break the avoidance cycle. When anxiety shows up, stay a little longer. Not forever, just a little longer each time. Because that is how your brain learns that you are safe, without needing to escape. Fourth, take things out of your head. Write them down, not just to remember, but to release mental pressure. Your brain is not designed to store everything. It is designed to process. And finally, regulate your body. Slow breathing, movement, rest, because your mind and body are connected. When your body calms down, your mind follows. Here is the truth. Anxiety is not a flaw. It is a system, a powerful system designed to protect you. But in the modern world, it often becomes overactive. The goal is not to eliminate anxiety. The goal is to understand it. Because once you understand how it works, it stops controlling you, and you start controlling it. If this helped you understand your mind better, subscribe for more videos like this.